There is a war raging inside each of us, an unseen struggle that occurs every moment we're alive. It's not a fight with the outside world, but one within, against our thoughts, our emotions, and the noise that fills our minds. In a world filled with distractions, chaos, and stress, we long for peace. Yet too often we look for peace in the wrong places. We search for it in external circumstances, hoping that if we can just control the world around us, we will find calm. But the Stoics knew better. As Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Peace is not something the world gives to you. Peace is something you build from within. And if you're ready to find that peace, despite the chaos around you, then you've already taken the first step on the path of Stoic mind mastery. Together, let's explore how the timeless teachings of Stoicism can guide us in finding peace amidst the storms of life. 1. The illusion of control: why chaos thrives. It is our instinct to control what we perceive as chaotic. We attempt to organize, predict, and dominate the external world, believing that if we can impose order on it, we will find peace. But this pursuit of external control is like chasing the wind. It is fleeting, elusive, and always beyond our grasp. The Stoics knew this well. Epictetus reminds us, "Some things are up to us and some things are not." Yet how often do we let our minds become tangled in the things beyond our control? We worry about the future, stress about the past, and agonize over the actions and opinions of others. This, the Stoics would tell us, is the very source of our inner turmoil. To find peace, we must first accept that much of the chaos we face is not something we can control. The events of life will unfold as they will. What others think, how the world moves, and the inevitable unpredictability of existence. Our peace, therefore, cannot be contingent on the external world. Actionable reflection. As you navigate your day, remind yourself, what is within my control right now? When you catch yourself spiraling into worry about something external, pause and let go. Real peace begins when we stop trying to control the uncontrollable. 2. Focus on the present, mastering the moment. The chaos of life often seems overwhelming because we live outside the present. Our minds jump back and forth between the regrets of the past and the anxieties of the future. In doing so, we rob ourselves of the one thing we truly have, this present moment. Marcus Aurelius in his Meditations reflects on this truth. Confine yourself to the present. How simple, yet how difficult to practice. The mind, untrained, constantly seeks to escape the present, wandering into the labyrinth of what-ifs and what-could-have-beens. The Stoic approach to peace is rooted in presence. To master the mind is to master the moment. When we focus on the here and now, we reduce the noise of what lies beyond our immediate control. In this space, peace emerges not because the world outside is calm, but because we have chosen to be fully present in the moment. Actionable reflection. Whenever you feel overwhelmed, bring yourself back to the present. Ask yourself, what can I do right now? You will often find that the present moment is far less chaotic than your mind makes it out to be. 3. The power of perception, reframing chaos. One of the most important teachings of Stoicism is the idea that it is not events themselves that disturb us, but our perceptions of those events. As Epictetus put it, it is not things that disturb us, but our judgments about things. We often perceive the world as chaotic because we view it through a lens of fear, worry, or frustration. But what if we changed the lens? What if we chose to see chaos as an opportunity for growth rather than a source of stress? The Stoics invite us to reframe our perception of the world around us. They teach us that peace does not come from a lack of problems, but from the way we interpret and respond to those problems. Marcus Aurelius famously said, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." In other words, obstacles are not inherently negative. They are simply part of the path. When we accept this, chaos loses its power over us. It becomes not a threat, but a challenge to be met with calm resilience. Actionable reflection. The next time you face a difficult situation, pause and ask yourself, how am I perceiving this event? Can you choose to view it differently? Can you reframe it as a lesson, an opportunity to practice patience, strength, or wisdom? 4. Letting go of destructive emotions. Emotions are powerful forces that can cloud our judgment and disrupt our peace. Anger, fear, envy, these emotions often arise in response to the chaos of life, but the Stoics teach us that we can rise above them. Seneca, one of the great Stoic philosophers, warned of the dangers of allowing emotions to rule us. No man is more unhappy than he who never faces adversity, for he is not permitted to prove himself. When we allow destructive emotions to dominate our minds, we become prisoners of our own reactions. We give up our freedom to choose how we respond to life's challenges. To find peace amidst chaos, we must learn to master our emotions. This does not mean suppressing them or pretending they don't exist. It means acknowledging them, understanding their source, and then choosing not to be controlled by them. Actionable reflection. When you feel overwhelmed by a destructive emotion, pause and ask yourself, is this emotion serving me? If not, let it go. Focus instead on what you can control, your thoughts and actions. 5. Embracing solitude and stillness. In a world that never stops moving, solitude and stillness are revolutionary acts. The Stoics understood that to cultivate inner peace, one must make space for stillness, a time to retreat from the noise of the world and reflect on the state of the mind. Marcus Aurelius, amidst the chaos of ruling an empire, wrote, "Nowhere you can go is more peaceful, more free of interruptions, than your own soul." This inner retreat is available to all of us, no matter our circumstances. Stillness is not the absence of action, but the presence of clarity and focus. In moments of solitude, we give ourselves the gift of perspective. We detach from the chaos of the external world and connect with the stillness within. It is here that we find the strength to face the challenges of life with calm determination. Actionable reflection. Set aside time each day for solitude. Whether it's 5 minutes or an hour, use this time to reflect, breathe, and reconnect with your inner peace. In the stillness, you will find the clarity and strength to navigate the chaos of life. 6. Detaching from outcomes. We often believe that peace will come once we achieve a particular outcome. Once we get the promotion, fix the relationship, or reach a certain level of success. But the Stoics teach us that this kind of peace is an illusion. True peace does not depend on outcomes, but on our ability to detach from them. Epictetus reminds us, "Seek not that the things which happen should happen as you wish, but wish the things which happen to be as they are, and you will have a tranquil flow of life." In other words, peace comes not from achieving what we want, but from accepting what is. When we detach from specific outcomes, we free ourselves from the anxiety and disappointment that often accompany unmet expectations. This does not mean that we stop striving or that we give up on our goals. It means that we approach life with the understanding that the outcome is not ours to control. What matters is the effort, the intention, and the integrity with which we live. Actionable reflection. The next time you find yourself fixated on a specific outcome, ask yourself, am I attaching my peace to this result? If so, shift your focus back to the present moment and the actions you can control. 7. The importance of daily reflection. The Stoics placed great emphasis on the practice of daily reflection. At the end of each day, they would examine their thoughts, actions, and emotions, asking themselves, where did I do well? Where did I falter? What can I learn from today's experiences? This practice of reflection is not about self-criticism, but about growth. It allows us to identify patterns in our thinking, to recognize the moments where we allowed chaos to disturb our peace, and to learn from these experiences so that we can improve tomorrow. Seneca wrote, "We are more often frightened than hurt, and we suffer more in imagination than in reality." Through reflection, we can see where our minds have amplified the chaos and where we can make changes to cultivate greater peace. Actionable reflection. At the end of each day, take a few moments to reflect. Ask yourself, where did I maintain peace today? Where did I allow chaos to disturb me? Use these reflections as a guide for tomorrow's actions. 8. The power of perspective. Memento mori. Finally, we come to one of the most profound Stoic practices, memento mori, the meditation on death. This practice may seem morbid, but for the Stoics, it was a powerful reminder of life's impermanence and the importance of living fully in the present moment. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You could leave life right now, Let that determine what you do and say and think. By reflecting on our mortality, we gain perspective. The chaos of daily life loses its power when we realize how fleeting our time truly is. Memento mori is not about fearing death, but about understanding that life is precious and that peace is something we must cultivate now, not later. In the grand scheme of things, the chaos of today's worries pales in comparison to the gift of life itself. Actionable reflection. Each day, take a moment to reflect on your mortality. Ask yourself, if this were my last day, would I allow chaos to disturb my peace? Let this reflection guide you toward a life of greater presence, gratitude, and peace. Conclusion. Mastering the mind, finding peace in chaos. In the end, finding peace in chaos is not about changing the world. It's about changing how we respond to it. The Stoics teach us that peace is not something we search for in the external world, but something we build from within. It is the result of mastering our thoughts, emotions, and perceptions. As you walk the path of Stoic mind mastery, remember that peace is a practice. It is something we cultivate each day through awareness, presence, and acceptance. The storms of life will continue to come, but with the wisdom of the Stoics, you will learn to stand firm, unshaken, in the calm center of your mind. Together, we are on this journey toward mastery. Together, we find peace not by controlling the chaos of the world, but by mastering the chaos within.